Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Monday, August the 20th, the year 2018. Let's talk trading. What do traders do? I mean, when you think about it, if you were to explain what you do to somebody else that doesn't have a clue about trading, what would you tell them? What do traders do? I'm sure you've probably seen some of those funny memes where it's like, what your friends think you do, what your mom thinks you do, what the media thinks you do, what you think you do, what you actually do. So, really, what is it that we actually do as traders? Now, hopefully the reason you guys watch my videos are so you can learn something to improve your trading. So when we think about what do traders do, let's think about it in terms of the things that we can actually improve on. So what do? I mean, we basically buy and sell instruments in terms of stocks or currencies or futures, metals, and what we trade. In other words, we enter a trade with the hope and expectation that at some point in the near future or sometime in the future, it might not necessarily be near future, that we can actually exit the trade and make money, have a profit. That's what we do. Now, one of the other things that we do, and this is a great segue, is we focus on our money and risk management because that's all part of trading is managing that risk so we stay in the game. It's pretty funny. There's a video I watched last week. Somehow it came up in my feed. I think I was watching something that had nothing to do with trading, and then it just kind of, how those videos pop up, and it was something like the most or crazy poker hand or something. And it was all these guys sitting around playing poker, these top name guys, the World Series of poker winners. And so, they dealt the cards out. They're playing, was it Texas Hold'em? And so this one guy who was running his mouth a lot had a pair of kings. And then this other guy who wasn't talking so much had a pair of aces, bullets, right? So they're going back and forth, and this one guy's just running his mouth, running his mouth. Well, the pot kept growing and growing. If I remember correctly, pot was like over $300,000. And then finally, the guy with the kings realized, it's like, hey, you got aces. You got aces. And the guy goes, yeah, I got aces. He goes, so it was just too funny. And the guy with the aces, he goes, I let you off here. You owe me 180,000 because I guess that was how much that guy had left in his pot, and he could have just kept it going and not said anything, and that because that guy with the kings thought he had the winning hand. So even after all the cards were laid down, he thought he had the winning hand. So what's the point? The point is that you have to manage your risk, and this guy. He thought he had the winning hand, but, there's a possibility that he didn't. And he didn't take that into account until it was way too late. So, once again, so what do traders do? We enter and exit trades, right? And we wait. And one of the things is waiting is the biggest one. We wait more than we do anything else, but some people just don't remember that. And, as traders, we also use things. We're using a computer, we're using the internet, we're using a trading platform. We might be using indicators on that platform. So we have all these different tools. We read news articles, financial articles, and blogs and things. So we got all these things we use. So, if we want to get better at trading, then we need to learn how to use our tools as best as possible. There's some indicator I just saw. I think I might have mentioned it the other day, the ultimate day trade indicator. I think at least once a quarter somebody comes out with a new ultimate day trading indicator. And usually it's a squiggly of some sort. and I just sit back and laugh, but that's just me. But it really is kind of funny because, so many times we're looking for something outside ourselves to improve when, we've got the tools at hand. Let's use the tools, you know, that come with the platform. We don't really have to reinvent the wheel, right? There's plenty of tools out there, such as a simple horizontal line plot that we can use and make money, you know. But then, how do we grow as traders? Well, I mean, we can interact with each other, we can learn from each other and, adapt and adopt, to each other, from each other, or with each other. And that's it. And, and the one thing about trading is there's no magic. There really isn't. It just comes down to the simple, fundamental basics. Having a plan and sticking to it, having a method, sticking to it, and just perfecting the execution and not be so focused on each and every trade result. You're going to have a loser. You might have two or three losers in a row, but hey, that's part of trading. And once again, that's why we use our risk and money management. And if you have three, maybe five losers in a row, is it really the system, or are you rushing? Are you missing? Are you over trading? Or is it just, hey, just the luck of the draw that you happen to have a streak of five losers, because that streak of five losers might precede a streak of, 10 or more winners. You just never know. So, that's it in a nutshell. Let's go back to the charts and we can see here we've got dollar yens in that lower monthly wick zone right there, right? And for the weekly, we see, remember yesterday that yen hadn't filled, but it filled the gap. And a lot of the other ones filled the gap too. I think we had euro yen still hasn't, but I'm pretty sure pound yen was open. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's still the first trading day of the week, right? So we still got 4 more days. These gaps could fill. And you can see here, price is trying to get into that lower weekly wick zone. And you can see off of the open, pound New Zealand 85 pips to the upside. Oh, who's the biggest downsider? We got New Zealand yen 25 to the downside off of that weekly open. And you can see here the yen is in that daily lower wick zone. Only one range over 100, yen anemic 32. So you can see here we got a pretty slow day. Yen trigger here. There was a winner. Trigger here. Then you see you took some heat. Then it came back. That should have been your clue to exit right there when it started. So that was a scratch trade, or you took a loss either here or here. Entry and a winner. Chicken dinner to the south side, right? And once again, with the 32 pip range, don't even think about the rat zone trades. It's, you can if you like. Because see right here, we've got red, green candle close right there. You could go long, but I really wouldn't look to make very many pips using the rat today. But, it could take off. But usually at this time of the day, I like to see separation between the zones, not overlap. And as I mentioned before, we took out that pivot right there. It hit the top channel and then reversed. There's that weekly pivot. I thought that might be a good target. It still could be a good target. We almost hit the monthly S1 right here. Weekly S1's down here. And as you can see, we took out the pivot. Now somebody posted that, hey, can't we put like multiple time frames on here that I like a coding challenge? I don't like a coding challenge. What makes you think I like a coding challenge? I like if something simple, easy, and I don't have to think too hard. That's just me. I don't like coding challenges. No, I don't. They're usually a pain, make me think too hard. But and the thing is, so since there is a way you can do this, you can put the indicator up there more than once. There's no point. See, which one is this? This is miss pivots, or is it miss pivots plot? I think that's a miss pivots plot. Yeah, the indicator tag, you can put it up there more than once. So there's no point in me having to go. I got other coding to do. I got a lot more other coding. And I'm been so busy with the union stuff, as you guys know, I haven't had a chance to do it. And I really need to. You guys will hate me if I don't. So no, that would have to be way back burnered. Okay, here we go. Two ball at the top, red at the line, or actually we started with the one ball at the bottom, green at the line. See, two ball at the top, red at the line, two ball at the bottom, looking for green at the line. Or you can do, we got a turn trade continuation here. It's, it's not rocket science. We've proven that. And then you can see here, we just hit the previous day's midpoint, rejected, and came back down. So you can see here, green at the line, green at the line, red at the line, winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? And you can see here on the month, we're down 138 pips from the open. On the week, down 16 this week. Biggest loser, pound yen, minus 580. And biggest winner, Euro, New Zealand at 154. No, Australia, New Zealand, 155 to the upside. They're running neck and neck here. 156, 153. It's moving up, moving, just hovering there. Wick zone doesn't like staying in the wick zone. Does it come out the bottom or out the top? We'll see. Already went out the top 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Holo setup, highest open, lowest, you can see there. There's just a few pips to be had on that trade. And right there, we had a long trigger that puts you in the heat. There's a new short trigger line here. There was a short trigger there. That was a nice trade. And using the previous day, week, month, open, high, low lines, you can see here weekly open 1 week ago, going long at the line right there. You can see that. You'd be in that trade right now. And since I've turned on this portfolio, not much movement. Einstein line. There you have it. You can see winners, winners. That would have been a loser, big winner there. Once again, simple horizontal lines. So, fellow traders, what do? We trade instruments, right? And remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So get out there and drain the banks this week.